Good morning, CP Pre-Calc. And what we are going to do today is we are going to work on application problems where we're going to use law of sines and law of cosines. So nothing new except, some real life application problems. So if we take a look at this, what we're talking about here is we have our worksheet and it is attached below this video, the law of sines and law of cosines application worksheet. So problem number one states to find the distance C. Now, remember, if I'm looking for C, where would C be located? Now, if I'm looking for C, C is going to be located across from angle C. So this would be little c. All right, guys, so that's little c. I'm going to just draw it a little neater. Little c, A would be across from A, and little b would be across from B. So to find the distance C across a river, a distance A is given, and the A is equivalent to 354 meters, is laid off on one side of the river. It is found that angle B is 112.17 degrees, and angle C is 15.33 degrees. Now, what we're going to do is use the information we're given. And if we take a look, and I like to always highlight it just to see what we're working with here. So if we look at what we're given, we are given A, we're given B, and we're given C. So if we look at what we're given, side length A, angle B, and angle C, we are given the case angle, side, angle. All right, that's the case we're given. And when we have two angles and an included side, using law of sines helps us identify other parts of our triangle. Now, the nice thing about this real life application problem is I don't have to solve the entire triangle. They're not asking me to solve the entire triangle. They're just asking me to find the length of C. Okay, they're just asking me to find the side length of C. All right, guys, so that's all they're asking from me. So if I just need to find that value of C. So let's take a look. How can I do that? So if I want to use sine, I need to have one side length and one angle that's across from it. So I know that this is 354 meters. In order to use that sine length A, I would have to know the measurement of angle A. Well, I can easily find that since I am given B and C. So I can say 180 minus 112.17 minus 15.33, and I know that the measure of angle A is 52.5 degrees. Now that I have that angle, I can use that little a and my law of sines to help me out. So I have 354 over the sine of 52.5. And that would have to equal, well, what am I finding? I'm finding little c. So then I'm going to put it c over the sine of, well, what's the angle measurement of C? 15.33 degrees. And if I solve this, I have C. That's all I need to find in this problem. So if I take a look at that, I cross multiply, I'm getting C times sine of 52.5 is equivalent to 354 times the sine of 15.33. And then I'm going to divide. So then I would know C is equivalent to 354 times the sine of 15.33 all over the sine of 52.5. So I'm just going to put that in my calculator. 354 sine of 15.33 divided by the sine of 52.5. And I get C to be approximately 117.967. And that would be meters because our measurements were in meters. And I know that this would be my solution. All right. Not so bad. Now, the key thing, again, is to identify what you're given. I'm given two angles and an included side, so I know to go to law of sines. Now, let's look at problem 2. Now, problem 2 says we have point A and B on opposite sides of lake trigonometry. From a third point C, the angle between the lines of sight to A is 46.3. So they're saying that if I'm taking a look at this from C, if I'm standing at C, the angle between C and the eyesight of A, this angle here, right there, this would be 46.3 degrees. So that would be the measurement of, 46.3. Let me fix that. 46.3. Excellent. That's 46.3. Now they're saying if B, again, remember, little b is opposite angle B. So this would be little b. Little c would be opposite angle C. Little a would be opposite angle A. So they're giving me little b is equivalent to 350 meters. They're also telling me that little a is equivalent to 286 meters. Then they're saying how long, find C. We need to find the length C, and C is actually, this length is represented by the distance across from the lake. Now, if we take a look at this, all right, guys, if I take a look at this, I have, and we're looking at it, we have a side, an angle, and a side. And when we have side, angle, side, we look towards law of cosines to help us out here. Now, again, we only have to find C. We don't have to find a ton of stuff here. We only have to find C. We do not have to solve the whole triangle. So if when I take a look at this problem and I want to find C and I'm given angle C, I'm going to use the law of cosine formula. Remember, there's a couple different formulas that has the angle C in it. So it's going to be C squared is equivalent to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB, the cosine of C. And I'm using that because I'm given angle C. So that is the logical one to use because it has the cosine of C in it, the angle in which I'm given. So if we take a look at this, I can plug in my values to get C squared is equivalent to 286 squared plus 350 squared minus 2 times 286 times, 350 times, and I'm going to write it a little lower, cosine of 46.3. All right, so we're looking at 46.3. And I'm just going to stick that in the calculator as I see it. So what am I going to get? I'm going to get C squared to be equivalent to, in this case, I am putting it in the calculator exactly as I see it, meaning I'm putting the parentheses exactly where I see them. So I'm doing 286 squared in parentheses plus 350 squared in parentheses minus 2 times 286 times 350 and then times the cosine of 46.3. I'm putting it exactly as I see it in my calculator to get C squared is 65,981.3413. And then because it's squared, I'm going to say second square root, second answer, guys. And I'm going to get C to be approximately 256.868. And this is in meters. And that would be my solution to my problem. All right, guys. So now all we're doing is just using our law of sines and law of cosines and solving real life application problems. Now, again, what I have to emphasize here is the most important thing to do is to see what you're given to determine which formula you're using. So like here, identify what you're given. Number 1, I'm given angle, side, angle. I know I have to use law of sines. In number 2, I'm given side, angle, side. I use law of cosines there. So look at what you're given to determine what formula would be the best formula to use for that case. Now, your assignment tonight is right down here. Here's your assignment. You have 3 problems. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 problems, I want you to complete them and then upload your solutions to this assignment today. All right, guys. Remember, we have a quiz set for Thursday, and you've now learned all the information that will be covered on the quiz. So tomorrow will be complete review. If you have any questions, please attend office hours today or tomorrow. Make sure that you get any assistance you need prior to the quiz on Thursday. All right, guys, have a great day, and I hope to see you at office hours.